Hey, what is up guys? Also again here today with a new type of video. This video is going to be a Gaara dissection video. And so in this video, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be dissecting the character Gaara, telling you my opinions about him and what he can do overall. Alright, so Gaara, let's start off with his name. His name, that means self-loving. The Ra kanji is used in Demons of Myth. Alright, so people say that Gaara is one of the most well-developed and fleshed out characters, going from a emotionless, trigger-happy, sadistic murderer to a misunderstood person who draws sympathy and even parallels Naruto. And over time, he developed into a loving, wow, I cannot talk today, a loving sibling and a hero of his own village. Possibly, one of the interesting things here is that this is possibly foreshadowing Naruto's becoming the hero of the Hidden Leaf Village. And that's something. So, let me say about Gaara. At the time of the Great Ninja War, he is only 16 years old. And so I'm not sure how long it was between the Great Ninja War and when he achieved the Kazekage status. But just Gaara is only 16 and he is Kazekage of the Hidden Sand. Now, Gaara's birthday is on January 19th, so his birthday just passed last month. So happy belated birthday, Gaara. And his height is stated to be 166.1 centimeters during the Great Ninja War, mind you, and his weight is to be 50.9 kilograms. Now, Gaara did not go on a lot of missions total. He went on 9 C rank missions, 8 B rank missions, 14 A rank missions, and 3 S rank missions. Now, Gaara's jutsu are very numerous, but they all, in theory, not theory, but have the same concept to them. Most of his jutsu have something to do with sand, and that is, I'm going to get more into that later. But he has Daijin no Mi Futan, Mugan Sajin Deyep. I'm not going to even try and pronounce any of those. But, so let's talk about Gaara as a character first, and then we'll actually, let's talk about his abilities first, and then we'll move on to him as a character. Now, Gaara, he was, let's talk about when Gaara first was shown on the show. This Gaara, PTS Gaara. And, I'm so not prepared. PTS Gaara was first introduced as a villain. He was very sadistic. He killed for fun. He stated that he killed for fun, and he was introduced as a villain. And Gaara was one of the main attackers in the plot for the destruction of the Hidden Leaf Village. Now he then still possessed Shukaku, the one-tailed Jubi. Is it Jubi or QB? I don't know. Let me stop asking questions to myself. I'm supposed to be doing this video right. So, Gaara was born, and because he was born with the one, well, he wasn't born with the one tails, but shortly after he was born, his father, the 4th Kazekage, gave him the one tails, and his mother also passed during his birth. Shortly after his birth, I should say. Very shortly after his birth. So, Gaara had nobody in his life. His father was pretty much always not so proud of him. His father wasn't very attentive. And his father basically sought to use him as a weapon for the sand by giving him Shukaku. At a young age, Gaara's dad did something so that Shukaku's power would be unleashed to see if Gaara could control it, and it was shown that Gaara could not control it. And so the 4th Kazekage, Gaara's father, basically said he's a failure, that he wasn't worth it. Now, Gaara, I don't think ever really learned to fully master the One Tails, such as Naruto's and B's mastery. I don't believe Gaara had the same amount of mastery of their tailed beast. But yeah. So the One Tailed beast name is Shukaku, and the Shukaku has magnet release, and magnet release is a very, very interesting nature transformation. It's a Keke Genkai, and Gaara basically inherited it through having Shukaku inside of him. And so now Gaara at a older age, I think it was either 12 or 14, was when Gaara went to the Chunin exams, and that is when he was 13, somewhere between the ages of 12 and 14. So when he went to the Chunin exam, and he showed himself to be a very powerful ninja, being able to defend Lee, being able to beat Lee in the Chunin exam after opening the 5th gate. And that was a very impressive feat in itself. Gaara had the ultimate defense that we had seen at the time, nearly untouchable by anyone who didn't have such speed. And then the only other time Gaara was in the Chunin exams, when Gaara was messing with, was Sasuke. When Sasuke used the Chidori, he was able to overpower Gaara's sand. But still, Gaara's sand took enough of that attack for Gaara to not die. And for Gaara, he was wounded, but he did not die. And this is very interesting, just showing just how strong Gaara's defense was at that time at such a young age. But Gaara was also very sadistic at that age. He had done multiple things. He had killed an intruder to the Hidden Leaf. He had also attempted to kill Lee while he attempted to kill Lee twice. He attempted to kill Lee while he was fighting him during the Chunin exams, and he attempted to kill Lee while he was in the hospital recovering from his fight. Gaara also killed Shinobi during the Chunin exams, other nameless Shinobi. And this was because of, as I said, his father never really acknowledged him, and he was alone. That's how he felt. That's what his name, self-loving monster, was the meaning. That's where it came from. But yeah, so he was alone, and at that age when he invaded the Hidden Leaf, who fought him was Naruto Uzumaki, and that fight with him ultimately changed him to be a different person. Now after that, Gaara became such a different person. He wanted to resemble Naruto, and often now can be called Naruto's counterpart. Not counterpart, but almost, I can't think of the word for it. But Gaara wanted to be someone who had Naruto's things, such as wanting to protect people, wanting to protect the ones he loved, wanting people to acknowledge him no matter what. That's what Gaara wanted to do, and that's what he ended up achieving, because that Gaara became the 4th Kazekage, and later on in life even was the commander of the Allied Shinobi forces during the Fourth Great Ninja War. Now, this is a very, very good resume at only 16 years of age. That is very, very good. Now, Gaara has immense power, no matter where you put him in the series. Gaara has always been one of the stronger characters. Gaara even wanting to fight Naruto still. One of his dreams being to fight Naruto again. And also, I should state that Gaara Gaara has always been powerful. he could even stop Sasuke's Inferno style. His sand could stop Sasuke's Inferno style and his lightning infused blade. Now, about that now with the Rinnegan is unknown. There hasn't been any feats to compare that to. But it is something that is worth mentioning how powerful Gaara is. Gaara was able to wow. Gaara was able to completely just ignore, or not ignore, but put out Sasuke's fire. Now, Gaara, what's something interesting. Now, let's get into Gaara as a character. So, my personal opinion about Gaara is that he should have had more screen time to better flesh out his decisions. His decision in becoming Kazekage, his wanting to become Kazekage. I believe he should have had more screen time during Naruto, before Shippuden, just Naruto. He should have more screen time building up to this, him trying to become Kazekage, because really when we see him Shippuden, he's just Kazekage already. We have nothing to back that up. Not back it up, but we have no really, we don't see the growth. We don't get to see that growth. So that's a bad design in Gaara there. So another thing about Gaara is the symbol on his forehead. It means love. That's what that symbol means. It means love. And I think that is a very interesting thing because before, Gaara loved only himself and that's all he would care about. And so now he's loving other people and protecting his village. He loves his village, and that's just such an interesting thing about Gaara. Now, if I start naming, so his Gaara's nature transformations, I don't know where I just went, but that's a very interesting thing. So with Gaara's immense will to protect the village, Gaara had to get strong. Gaara had to be strong. And it is stated his nature transformations include earth, lightning, and wind release, with wind being his natural affinity, his first natural affinity, and earth being that's coming from Shikaku, and wind and earth combined being able to make Gaara manipulate sand, inheriting magnet release. Now, also about Gaara, his mother's will was put into his sand, and it basically would try to always protect him even without his own free will. And what a great thing I thought was when Gaara was training his taijutsu, when Gaara was training his taijutsu, that Gaara was even then his sand was coming, even when Gaara was actually trying to like train, he wasn't trying to use the sand to protect him. I thought that was pretty interesting. Now let's go to Shippuden Gaara. Shippuden Gaara does not have a lot of screen time, but he doesn't have a little either. He has enough, I'd say, for where he is. Like I said, I believe he should have got more in he should have got more screen time in Naruto, just Naruto itself. So as far as Gaara and Shippuden, we see Gaara as one very determined by his goals, and he's always been that way, really. So yeah, he's pretty much always been that way, motivated by some sort of goal, and that goal in the Shippuden arc, I guess you could call it, or Shippuden, Gaara's goal was to protect the village, protect the ones he loved, and he had his own little other goals of, like, for example, fighting Naruto. And he also even wanted to help Naruto bring Sasuke back to the village, because Gaara fought Sasuke during the 5 Kage Summit when Sasuke led his attack to try and kill Danzo. So that's another thing about that. And so there, Gaara Gaara seems very, how I say, he's driven. Gaara is very driven. Gaara knows his goals clearly, and Gaara will not hesitate to do what he needs to reach them. And so luckily for the good guys, I guess you could say, that Gaara is on their side, because as a villain, we saw how menacing Gaara could be, how sadistic Gaara was, and how I think Gaara was a great villain. I think he had a great storyline as a villain. As a good guy, like I said, that story should have been fleshed out more. It didn't feel right. It really doesn't feel right. But that's Gaara for you. Now, Gaara seems very content now, unlike how he was in normal Naruto. Gaara seems very content, and Gaara has continued to try and, well, we haven't seen much of Gaara in the newer, so the last we see Gaara. Gaara has a new haircut. Gaara, he's wearing a long red sleeve coat thingy majig, and you see Gaara wearing all this, and he still Kazekage. He still is allied with the Leaf, and he is all around just Gaara. I mean, overall, I think his character was a great character with bad writing. That's what I think Gaara was. A great character with bad writing. Like, I don't think he needed as much development as Sasuke. Sasuke got a lot of development going from being with Orochimaru to right after he killed Orochimaru, to the Taka, to 5 Kage Summit, to EMS Sasuke, to the Rinna Sharingan Sasuke, to last Sasuke. Sasuke has had a lot of character development, and so I don't think Gaara needs that much as Sasuke from going from, because Sasuke believed what he was doing was good for the most part. Sasuke believed what he was doing was ridding the world of evils such as Itachi and Danzo, and then said that this village system that was in place was corrupt and could not work, and so he wanted to take control of that as well. And Sasuke believed what he was doing was good. Gaara, on the other hand, knew what he was doing was just because he wanted to, just for his own self-fulfillment. That is why Gaara did most of the stuff that he did as a child, being evil, I guess you say. And that's a very interesting concept for a villain. Gaara was, in fact, sadistic. There was no argument to that. Gaara was sadistic. Gaara was not a, he didn't care if he was a good guy. He didn't care what other people think. He didn't care at all. And that was very interesting for villain, from, because he was rejected his whole life, that's what he became. Because that's what he became, that's what ended up of him. He became, because no one cared about him, he came to the conclusion, only me can care about me, and that's all that matters. No one else matters, because to him, in his eyes, he mattered to no one else, so no one else mattered to him. And so that's something, that was a very, very good villain, I believe Gaara was. And so, as that, I'd give Gaara as a total character. As the character itself, I'd give him an 8 out of 10. Out of how that character came to be, I'd give that a 6 out of 10. If you have any other characters you want me to give my thoughts about, dissect a little more, I think this video might just be a brief overview of Gaara instead of called dissecting. It's gonna be a overview of Gaara, and I will make separate videos discussing his feats, his powers, how strong he is, and all of that, all of his jutsu and all that. And I think that'll be a better setup than this So remember guys, if you want more of these videos, to leave a like and subscribe for more content. And this has been Also Gaming, and I will see you next time.